Greetings and welcome to Toilet's production gameplay video of Star Wars The Old Republic. This is an MMORPG game that was released back in 2011 and was developed by BioWare and published by Electronic Arts. It's a game that I've been playing since 2014, so that puts it around about 6 years now, so I do have quite a bit of understanding on the game. And it is a game that I've been wanting to create a gameplay series on, but I've never actually had the time to do so, simply because there's so much of content to cover in this game that it's going to take me quite a long time in order for me to complete it. But since BioWare and Electronic Arts have actually come up with the decision to go ahead and release the game on Steam, it's going to bring a lot of new players into the game. So I've decided, hey, it's about time, let's go ahead and create a gameplay series. But before we actually go ahead and get that started, let's go ahead and see what options and what is available on Steam and discuss a bit about it. So anyway, let's start off with about this game. Let's go ahead and read what they said, and I may say a few things about it based on my experience, so you guys have a understanding of it before you actually go into the game. So anyway, Star Wars The Old Republic is the only massively multiplayer online game with a free-to-play option that puts you at the center of your own story-driven Star Wars saga. Play as a Jedi, a Sith, a bounty hunter, or as one of many other iconic Star Wars roles and explore the galaxy far, far away, over 3,000 years before the classic films. With 5 narrative expansion, become the hero of your own Star Wars adventure as you choose your path down the light or dark side of the Force. Now, this basically sums up the game quite nicely, simply because it's a BioWare game. It's a game that has the iconic BioWare options. So just as how Dragon Age, Mass Effect had the options where you have like 3 different choices whenever you talking to somebody, where those choices will give you different outcomes depending on whether or not it's a good option, it's a bad option, it's an option to save a person, it's an option to kill a person. It's all going to change your story. So there isn't a story that's going to be similar in a way. Like for some people, if you are going to be choosing all good options, obviously another person that chooses all good options is going to have the same thing. But if you're going to choose options that differ, like you're going to choose one time a good option, another time a bad option, the story is going to change quite drastically. So if you decide to save somebody, that person may come back and help you in the future. If you decide to kill that person is not going to help you in the future, and you could actually make that particular part of the story much harder because of the fact that there's nobody helping you out. So that explains it quite nicely. And also this particularly last part I want to touch on, choose your path down the light or dark side of the Force. You can actually go ahead and, honestly, if you guys do have the time, I would suggest that you go to the dark side of the Force. So you choose the Sith side and you choose light side options, or choose the Republic side or the light side of the Force and start doing dark side options. And you must see how different the game is. You must see what happens to your character. You must see the way that people interact with your character. It's so amazing that the only way for me to describe it, or there is no way for me to describe it. The only way for you guys to understand what I'm trying to say is for you to go ahead and experience it for yourself. The next part is create your legacy. So make meaningful choices throughout your journey and become the hero of your personal Star Wars saga. The game includes an interactive storyline with cinematic, dialogue, and full voiceover for all in-game characters. So that's also something that actually makes Star Wars The Old Republic stand out from other MMORPG games. In, for instance, World of Warcraft, you are having a conversation with somebody. It's not voice acted. You're going to have to basically read whatever the person is telling, and then you make your choice, and then the person is going to respond on that choice. Whereas in Star Wars The Old Republic, you got a cutscene, you got a cinematic that's playing. The people are talking, they are saying whatever is in the dialogue. Then you choose your option, and your character then responds with a full voice over or voice acted dialogue based on the decision that you chose. So if you choose something that I'm going to kill you, then your character is going to turn around and say, you don't deserve to live. Now you die. And then he takes the lightsaber and kills him. It's so amazing that's what makes this game stand out from every other game. Then we have a growing world awaits. So this is, for more than 8 years, players have been able to live out the Star Wars stories. With the most recent Onslaught expansion, Star Wars The Old Republic continues to deliver on ongoing content through regular updates. Now, these are the expansions that were released to the game. So, Rise of the Hutt Cartel was the first one. Then Shadow of Revan was the update 3.0. So, honestly, the first game, the release of the game, then you have the Rise of the Hutt Cartel and Shadow of Revan. Those were absolutely amazing. Those expansion came up with a whole story. You get extra flashpoints, you get operations that come with it, and it was absolutely amazing. The problem for a lot of players was from this point onwards, Knights of the Fallen Empire, Knights of the Eternal Throne, and Onslaught. This two in particular, it was dealing with the Eternal Throne and the Fallen Empire, was kind of like how you'd watch series. It was released back in days on month-to-month basis. So 1 month you'll have one chapter releasing. The next month's the second chapter, and the third month the third chapter, and carried on going like that. It was only story based. There was no flashpoints that was released. There was no operations that was released, which kind of pissed off a lot of players. But anyway, with Onslaught, they did eventually release Operation and some flashpoints after that, but the damage was already done. And then Onslaught came, they decided that they're going to go back to the roots. And honestly, Onslaught is kind of pretty nice, but they are releasing it with regular updates. So that means that it is kind of like part story, whereas you can't experience the full story one after the other. You're going to have to wait for the next update to come through in order for you to understand what's going to happen next. So that's something that I really don't like about it. But if you are playing it right now, you'll be able to experience all of that continuously up until you come to the last point, and then you're going to have to, or at least the last point of Onslaught, and then you're going to have to wait for the next update to find out what happens next. So yeah, that's a basic understanding of what happens with the DLCs that's there, or the expansions as they call it. Then you have 8 playable classes. Do you prefer the elegance of a lightsaber or the reliability of a good blaster by your side? Choose from one of 8 iconic roles and make your mark on the galaxy. Each class has a unique storyline, allowing you to create your own personal Star Wars story. So this is exactly what I was explaining. The first game itself, it came out with the different classes that you have. So let's take, for instance, the Republic. You choose a Jedi Knight. The Jedi Knight story is completely different from the Jedi Sage or the Counselor class. The Counselor class is then different from the Warrior class, and the Warrior class is then different from the Bounty Hunter or the Trooper on the Republic side, or the I think it's the Smuggler. So there's different storylines on each of those different roles or classes that you can actually decide to create your character on. And of course, every character does have the different way of playstyle. So you could choose to either be a tank, you can either choose to be a damage person, a pure DPS role player, or you could choose to be a healer, which is something that I enjoy playing quite a lot of. So that's that part. Then you got explore numerous planets: Hot, Tatooine, Alderaan. Notice how they choose the most famous ones that you actually do take notice in the films, in the movies. So Tatooine was where Luke Skywalker is actually staying. Hot is where they went as part of the rebellion, and where Luke got captured by the Wampas, those giant like yetis. And then you got Alderaan, which was destroyed. So yeah, spoiler alert. Anyway, and over 20 other unique and vibrant planets offering exciting exploration and thrilling adventures around every corner. So all these different planets that they have, it's all like completely different. There's like, you got Hot, which is actually a freezing planet. You've got Alderaan, which is a beautiful planet with tons of amazing sceneries and amazing buildings, huge palaces kind of looking things. Then you got Yavin 4, which is kind of like a temple ruin kind of place. And there's just so much of different places, and they all look so different. They all offer a different part of the story, and it's absolutely amazing. There's just too many to mention. The next part, you got multiplayer gameplay. Gather your allies to face challenging encounters against enemy bosses in flashpoints and operations, or other battles, or battles against other players in player versus player war zones, arenas, or galactic starfighter missions. So over here, you got your normal story mode, which you can actually take other players into your own story, and they'll be, although they won't make much decisions on it, they will be there and they will see your options. They will see your story as well. And if you want, you can actually choose the exact same class, and all four of you guys will be there. And the person with the highest score will actually, it kind of like is like a roll of dice. The highest number will actually win, and that person will then say the dialogue. It happens a lot in flashpoints and operations if you are doing a decision. So yeah, that's something really amazing. And then you got your player versus player, or PvP as we all know it, and you got war zones, you got arenas that's gonna put you against other players. You got galactic starfighter missions, so this is like battle in space with starships, or at least like fighter pilots or fighter jets, fighter planes, whatever you want to call it. So that is it's quite a nice experience, especially with this the new Squadron game coming out. It's kind of like going to follow the exact same thing. Only difference is that Squadron is going to be much better. Then you got galactic strongholds. Want to take a break from the intergalactic traveling and adventure? Kick back and relax with our player housing system called Galactic Strongholds. Whether it's overlooking the sandy dunes of Tatooine, the bright cityscape of Nar Shaddaa, or the tranquil mountains of Alderaan, there's a stronghold for everyone. These destinations and more are available for your galactic homestead. So there are quite a few homesteads, or strongholds as it's called in the game. There's quite a lot of them actually, and very expensive. So I know for when we first started, we had one on Coruscant, and that one was pretty cheap. I think it was around about 5,000 credits. But then as you go to Nar Shaddaa, that one costs a bit more, and then you end up on Tatooine, which costs around about 2,000 or 2.5 million. It was, yes, 2.5 million just to purchase it. And then in that you got different rooms that you have to unlock, which is going to cost you even more money. So yeah, that's kind of like a in-game kind of thing, especially if you want the really good looking and big places. I will definitely show you guys my homesteads, so you guys have a feel and understand which one looks nice. Not all of them are decorated. I know I did decorate, I think it was the Coruscant one. I did decorate my Tatooine, but the others I didn't decorate because it costs a lot of money. So anyway, then you have the cartel market, which only the slickest items can make their way to the cartel market. The premium marketplace for the galaxy's most sought after commodities. Players wishing to buy things here will need to purchase in-game currency called cartel coins. So that is something that's actually on the top over there, and we'll be discussing it. Learn more about cartel coins, or learn more about what cartel coins can unlock on our cartel coin page. So I'm guessing there is a page somewhere. Yeah, we'll have to find that. So anyway, this is like a marketplace, and there is a way for you to purchase. You can either purchase it using cartel coins, or there is a thing called Galactic Trade Network, which is what I said before. The Galactic Trade Network allows people to put items that they crafted or something that they purchased from the cartel market and sell it for in-game currency. So a person can kind of purchase, let's say, this the cyber agent armor there. They can purchase it for, I think it says 2,500. Oh my god, I can't even see that. What is it? Can't even zoom in on it. Can we? Nope. So let's say it's 2,500. So you can pay 2,500 cartel coins for that armor set, then wait a few days before it's allowed to be put onto the GTN. And once you do, you're able to put it for, let's say, about 100 million credits. And then another person from anywhere, as long as they're part of your server, can actually go onto the GTN, find it. If it's the cheapest one, of course, they'll end up purchasing it for the amount of money that you have stated. and therefore you'll get the money. Fair enough, the GTN does take a bit of money. It's kind of like the service that's being offered. So they're selling the item for you, and you get the money minus their service payment. So that is another option that you could go ahead and do. And trust me, it's much better than spending in-game. Sorry, not. It's much better to spend in-game currency than actually spend your real world money. And then you have subscription benefit. Okay, Star Wars The Old Republic offers an optional subscription that allows you to experience even more of the Star Wars universe. Benefits include an increased level cap of 75. So with the base game, I think you go up to level 60. And with this one here, with the new expansion, they kind of make it such a way that every single expansion that comes out is going to increase your level cap by 5. So where were we? Benefits include an increased level cap of 75 and access to the most recent expansion Onslaught, Knights of the Eternal Throne, and Knights of the Fallen Empire. In addition, you will receive a monthly cartel coin grant, increased XP, and more. Details on subscriber benefits can be found on the subscriber page. Okay, so yeah, I think I'll make a different video describing the different options that you could have in terms of subscriber, preferred status, and free to play. But yeah, with the subscription option, you get quite a few stuff, including the new expansions, which comes free as long as you're a subscriber. And also you get a monthly cartel coin grant. So if you decide to go ahead and purchase a 1 month subscription, you get around about 500 cartel coins, I think it is. If you buy 2 months, it's around about 550. And if you go higher than that, then they give you 600 cartel coins. And this will be given every single month up until the point your subscription expires. So that's like a bit of an additional benefit that you get. So it accumulates, you spend it whenever you want to. Still, yeah, that basically explains most of the stuff that's on this page. Then we're going to go ahead, subscription. So of course the subscription, if you do decide to go on the websites, now the website is going to give you a price based on US dollars. And if you're like me, not based in the US and you're based like in Europe, or me, South Africa, your rand dollar exchange rate is going to affect it quite much actually. So for instance, if let's go ahead and go to the Star Wars homepage. So you go to the Star Wars homepage, and then you go to the store, and this will give you the options that you can purchase on the website. So as you can see, a 30-day subscription is around about $15. And if I was to go and check the rand dollar exchange rate, $15 will equal to 249 rand and 97 cents. But if you go and look in Steam, it's 224 rands and 95 cents. So that actually gives me around about 25 rands of savings. Now, you may say it's not that much, but if you look at it, if I was to pay a 10-month subscription, 10 months later, I can actually afford 1 extra month of subscription because of the savings that I actually have. So I'm definitely going to change. I mean, I've been using, I think it was a 180-day subscription from the website, and I'll be saving a hell of a lot of money if I choose directly from Steam. So that's why I'm actually deciding to move over to Steam, because it's going to save me quite a lot of money. Thereafter, you have your cartel coins, and of course the cartel coins is also going to follow the exact same localized monetary change rate kind of thing that's going on with Steam. It's different because they kind of make it in such a way that it gives you a bit of a cheaper option, because of the fact that it localizes the currency so that an average person who is earning money will be able to purchase it and will want to purchase it because of the fact that they can afford it. So that's an additional advantage of actually going through Steam than actually going through the website. Then we have these contents for this game. So these are like DLC. So we're going to go ahead and oh no, that's not what we want. Okay, so these are DLCs that we have. So the first one is Galactic Leisure Bundle. So the Galactic Leisure Bundle is going to give you a Rancor Holo replica emote, which is the Jock here. I think it's a game that's been played. You will notice that Chewbacca is playing that a lot on the Millennium Falcon. And then you get these Voltilla pup, which is a pet that will follow you everywhere you go. And this is just, it's really cheap. I actually went ahead and bought this because of the collection. I don't have any of these. So it was quite cheap for me, so I decided to go ahead and purchase it. Then you have this other options. You got the Sith bundle. Now the Sith bundle, you have two options. You have the normal one and then you have the deluxe. It is a bit more expensive. I didn't decide to buy it because I actually do have a lightsaber that's part of my collection. I do have better looking crystal. Armor, I don't have this one, but I really wouldn't want it. But if you are a person who is creating a character and creating an account the first time, you're not going to have any of the stuff that I do. So if you can afford it, yeah, go ahead and buy it. It makes your character look a lot better than you would using the stuff that you get in the game. And then you got the deluxe one, which consists of a hell of a lot more stuff. And this one here is an amazing looking armor set. Exterminator armor set. And you do get this black and red crystal, which really looks, incredibly cool. It looks exactly like the picture. And when you put it onto a lightsaber, it's amazing. It looks absolutely good. I actually have one of those, so it's pointless me purchasing it. I don't have the Exterminator armor set. I have another one, which is the Eradicator, which looks almost similar to this. Only difference is it's short sleeve and you actually have kind of like a gauntlet on that makes it look even wickeder. And the Dominator Command Throne, I have that, so it's kind of pointless. And I think I paid around about 10 million for this, which 10 million is quite easy to get. So I would suggest, if you can purchase it, go ahead. If not, don't waste your time. Then we got the Jedi bundle. So the Jedi bundle, the normal one, comes with this looking armor set. So it's the Valiant Jedi armor set. Honestly, when I first got the game, this one here looked really cool. But there is another one that's much better. It looks much better than this one here. It's got like extra armor plating and it looks much wickeder. And this advanced cloud blue, it's absolutely good. It's like the proper Star Wars blue lightsaber. It looks really cool in that blue. And then you got this one here. I didn't choose it because I have a better looking lightsaber, and that's how your character will look with everything on. Then you got the deluxe bundle, which gives you a bit more stuff. So this will give you a Jedi warrior armor look. And then you got this sanctified caretaker, which is more of a counselor look. And then you get the purple and you get the blue color lightsaber, which you can actually just find them, or you can have somebody craft one for you. It's not really necessary, but if you guys can afford it, as I said, you can always go ahead. The Ambassador Meditation Hover Chair, that's a very good mount. I like it. As I said, in-game currency, you can always purchase it, so it's all left unto you. So those are the stuff that you can actually purchase in Steam, and it's quite interesting. I did purchase this one here, so I do have one of those bundles, but everything else is all actually that shouldn't have been played. Yeah, and then obviously your subscription, cartel coins, based on the amount of money you have, you can go ahead and purchase it. So that's it for this part of the video. What I'm going to do next is I'm going to go ahead and show you guys how to actually create an account and launch into the game, and then start explaining the different aspect of the games. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you found this informative. It wasn't something that I did come up all on my own. I was just reading and just explaining some of the stuff, so I do apologize for some of the things. But anyway, I hope you guys found it informative, you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.